What is up, all my kaiju friends and fans? This is Phil, the Kaiju King, from my collection room. And if you're wondering why the camera is zoomed, if you can see by my intro, I'm going to do an overview of all my collection of my deforeal X Plus deforeal lineup. They are cute little things, and I love the lineup. I don't have every single one, but I have a majority of them. I missed some of the shins at the beginning, but the majority of them, great majority I have, not all of them. We will start in chronological order. This is the standard release. I do have the Sakai X Plus Sakai Godzilla 91 and the Godzilla 2014 set here kind of as a scale thing. Because the deforeal line, they are small. They're like 4 to 6 inches tall, roughly. But their thing is they do have accuracy still to the suits. This is the standard release of the deforeal 54 train biter. As you can see, he's munching on the train. It's a pretty cool little guy. Of course, they're known for their cuteness, but they also have some viciousness to them, I think, as you'll see in some of them. They are known for their big head, and the heads are really accurate to the suits, in my opinion. As a lot of the bodies are, but the bodies are really stubby and short and chunky mostly, but the heads are really big. But they're a nice little figure. They look nice. Detail on them is X Plus worthy, of course. Very nicely done. You can see the dorsal plates on the back. They're pretty small, of course, but they're there. I will have some close-up pictures, of course, with these as I bring them up. But yes, these are really nice little figures, and this one is more of a colorized style, and you will see that when I bring up the next one. This is the 1954, again, deforeal Godzilla train biter, but it is the limited edition that was released with the base, the city base. We'll take him off the base to show you. The base is pretty detailed, like a destroyed city, and it says in Godzilla in Japanese there with 1954. It's pretty nice. But this one here is more of a black and white style to him. You can see, look at his plates and the standards plates. He's more gray and black. And the train, you look at the train, you can see color differences in the train, and overall the paint scheme is a lot different. It's more of a black and white tone, which is what the movie was. So it was kind of cool. I didn't realize it until I got them up close and seen them side by side. The differences are definitely there. There's differences all over the paint on both, but they're both really nicely done. Nice figures. I love these two, but I got the standard quite a ways back, and the last 2 or 3 months I got the limited edition. But these two are really nice. This is the deforeal Godzilla 1962. As you can see, they're all roughly the same size and height. He's really bulky, bulkier than the 54, which is accurate because the suit, the 62 suit, was much bulkier and heavier. This is the Rick, and the Rick has the glow-in-the-dark spines. I really haven't had even much light to try to see how much it works, but you can see through those, see how you can kind of see through them. They're translucent a bit. I guess that's because they're glow in the dark. But he's a really nice little fella. He's probably one of my favorites. I'll tell you my 3 favorites at the end of this video. Next is the deforeal 1962 Godzilla, or 64, pardon me. And it has Mothra hanging onto his tail. I think the standard came this way as well. The Mothra larva is clamped onto his tail like in the movie. As you can see, the standard with these things is the big head. and it is the 64 face. They really do a good job with them. And this is the Rick, and the Rick option was an extra, was the other larva perched on a boulder, as in the movie when it was covering Godzilla with the silk. That's what that portrays. But these came together. That was the Rick option. I thought that was a really cool Rick option too. But they're both really nicely done. Show you the back of that. Back of Godzilla with Mothra's larva on his tail. I like this little Rick option. It's pretty cool. Instead of a light up or whatever. This is the deforeal Godzilla 1984. You can see that big head, but that's the classic 84 face, 84 design. This one to me has the most menacing look of all the deforeal line. That look is classic 1984 pissed off Godzilla. Here is the deforeal Rick Godzilla. I call this Zilla, not Godzilla, and that's just me. Zilla 1998. That is the movie, first American made Godzilla movie. And this is the Rick. I will show you the Rick feature here momentarily. Pretty nicely done though. Zilla is a good monster movie. That's as far as I go with it. It's a good monster movie. It's pretty nicely done. I like the paint scheme on it. It seems that, to me, it reminds me of the scene in the movie when they lay down all the fish and try to trap him, because he has kind of a shiny gleam to him, like he's wet. So to me, that's what this paint scheme and everything reminds me of. The Rick option was a baby Zilla hatchling, like what they found in Madison Square Garden, where it hatched all of its eggs. It's a hatchling coming out of the egg. Pretty cool. Got nice details to it. These two make a good set too. I like when they do these little options instead of light ups and stuff. It's a lot cooler. Even though one of the best light ups X Plus has ever done is in this line. You'll see it shortly. This is the Rick deforeal Godzilla 2001 GMK, affectionately known as GMK. This is the Rick. The Rick option was him stomping on Baragon here. Really nicely done figure. The standard, it was just GMK, Godzilla, the Baragon was gone. But I like the way it had the combo of Baragon and GMK and him stomping on him. Every time I look at this thing on my shelf, I think, poor Baragon. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Really nicely done. The renditions of these monsters, you can tell. I can instantly what figure, what year the monster is, what Godzilla it is. That's how good they do on them, in my opinion. Here's a second form of Shin Godzilla. About to go to the third form. It's Awakening. Really creepy eyes on this thing, by the way. It's probably the smallest of all the deforeals, in my opinion. Small. It's not very big, it's not very wide, but this form of Godzilla wasn't as big as final form, so Shin Godzilla. So that makes sense to me. Makes all the sense in the world. I will keep him up here momentarily. Here is the recently released Shin Force Form. Now this is what I was talking about, one of the best light ups X Plus has. I will show you now. I'll turn this light off so you can see. I'll turn my lights off temporarily so you can see it. But it's one of the best light ups X Plus has ever done. It lights up here in the mouth first. Then it runs down its spines and up its tail like in the movie Shin Godzilla. But the detail on its mouth and its eyes are silvered over, like when he protected his eyes in the movie before he did his atomic blast the first time. Just the details all over on these things. Now I will turn off these lights here momentarily to show you the light up. Okay, here we go. Hopefully it lights up good. Yeah, it started in his mouth and ran down his back and up his tail. I'll turn it another direction so you can see it. Do it again. To me, this is one of the best light ups X Plus has ever done. It's really, really cool. This represents the final form of Shin Godzilla in the movie. There he is lit up. I'll try to bring him closer to see. Represents the final form of Shin, considered the fourth form, and this was the second form going to the third form. But these are really cool designs and really cool figures. Godzilla 2017, I think, is when this thing initially came out, the first movie. This is Godzilla Earth, it's called. From the anime movies, they are on Netflix. You can watch them on there, but they're not the greatest movies in the world. I'll admit that, but I do like the design of this and how they did it. His back plates, his dorsal plates, actually look like leaves. Because in the movie, Godzilla's kind of taken over the Earth, and it's why he's called Godzilla Earth, because he's more or less taken over the whole Earth. He ran the humans off of the planet and everything, and he pretty much rules the whole Earth. But his back spines there, back dorsal plates, are like leaves, and they're really cool. This is one of the bigger ones in this lineup. It's probably the heaviest. It's pretty cool though. And none of these are real big. As you can see, these are the 12-inch series, and these are like, this one's probably the tallest. He's about 5 inches, maybe 6. Here is the skull crawler. Crawler and Kong separately from Kong Skull Island 2017. They come with these really cool bases that you stand them on. On the back of it, it says Kong Skull Island Monsterverse Legendary. It's pretty cool, but this one Kong just stands on it. Here face on him, roaring. In his hand, and you can see it, it's really small. It's the propeller from the boat that he uses to defeat Ramorak. This is Ramorak, the giant skull crawler from the movie. Of course, this is Ramorak. There's a little stand on here that holds his tail that helps him stand up like this. But like I said, these are classic, the deforeal line. They all have the big heads, but the accuracy in the heads is absurd. Accuracy everywhere, but accuracy in the heads, really impressive. This one is 2017 as well, Kong versus the Skullcrawler. Same base, same writing on the bottom. Stands a little taller because the Skullcrawler is more elevated, but the tail clips into that to hold them up. They can usually stand on its own though, like this, so. But I've been keeping it on the base. But it's basically, Kong looks the same pretty much, so you don't have the propeller in his hand. Looks the same as the other one as far as sculpt and everything. The detail on him is pretty awesome. The Skullcrawler's got amazing detail in his teeth and stuff. All individually done. Pretty nice though, but this one's probably actually the tallest, but it's a combo, so it probably is the tallest. Alright, I'll leave him here. The reason being is he's one of my 3 favorites. These 3 are my favorite in this lineup to date. The 62, the 84, and the Kong Skull Island battling Ramorak combo. These 3 are probably my favorite of this lineup to date. Soon though, we're getting 71 Hedorah. I got the rig that has the option for the patch on his eye, and then so soon after that should be the 71 Godzilla that goes perfectly with him, so that should be really neat. But these 3 are probably my favorite as of now, as far as this lineup of the deforeal figures. Definitely my 3 favorite. I always this is 62 is one of my favorite suits. And the 84 is just so mean looking. To me, it's the meanest looking deforeal in the lineup. And then Kong is just my favorite all-time movie as far as the 33. So this kind of has an affection for me in that regard. But these are all really nice, and they're not super expensive. I think there's still some on Awesome Collector. He still has inventory on some of them, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And they're usually about 100. A little over 100 with shipping when they come out, so they're not too bad. They're really cool looking. I like the design and the accuracy on them, especially in the faces and stuff. You can just look at it and tell what suit it is. But they're pretty cool. I would recommend them to add at least a couple of them to your collection, especially if you have a suit favorite that they released. They're pretty cool. I will bring the camera closer momentarily and do a close-out of a close-up of all of these, and I appreciate everyone's time. This is Phil, the Kaiju King. I'll be signing off now, and I appreciate you all watching. You all have a wonderful day.